Hello, everybody, and welcome to Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies based on nothing but their bizarre descriptions.
I'm Brantley.
I'm Albert, and you can tell that Brantley hates doing that every time. He thinks it's silly that he has to introduce himself, but it's podcasting 101, just like telling people what the show is about, which is the show where we mock movies based on nothing but their bizarre descriptions. Brantley.
Yes.
It's St. Patrick's Day this week.
Sort of, yeah.
Don't care about that holiday at all. But apparently we've locked ourselves in to doing holiday-themed movies.
Because they're fun.
Also, apparently there are St. Patrick's Day-themed movies? How did that happen?
Well, I have Irish movies.
Oh, okay. So we're going to get Leprechaun stuff? And
we can't get Leprechaun because I've seen most of those.
You've seen... okay.
Including the reboot, which was a straight horror movie. And did not have Warwick Davis, and therefore was far inferior.
What about the two where he was in Da Hood? Did you see those?
Leprechaun in Da Hood is the first Leprechaun movie I saw. And then I saw the one with Jennifer Aniston, which is the first movie she's in, and the first movie in the series.
Leprechaun in Da Hood too?
No, just the first Leprechaun.
Okay, well, what are we talking about on this most Irish of holidays?
Well, first up, we have Angel, also known as Danny Boy. Presumably the pipes are calling.
Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
Danny, a saxophonist with a traveling band, witnesses the gangland murder of the band's manager.
I did not know that was what that song was about.
Nope, that's a serious game. The pipes are the barrels of the gun, and they're calling him up to heaven.
Or he's like, it's his saxophone, and he like plays gangland like also tunes that call people in. What are they calling? Do you think
they're calling him away from his gangland lifestyle? He wants to be a musician, but he just keeps pulling back into the gangland.
There's a gangster called the Pipes, and he like gets a call. Dirty boy, it's the Pipes.
I'm a calling.
I need you to come play your saxophone at my birthday party.
So his band manager was involved in extortion payoffs, right? Yeah, to the gang, presumably, or was he in the gang and was like he went too far and this was retaliation?
So so there's two options for involved in. Either he's like, some gang member came up to him and he's like, real nice band you got here. Shame if anything happened to it. Or he's like taking his musical instruments to people's storefronts and be like, you know what would really drive away business? Is my band
that would be the best.
Super loud in front of your store.
Off key.
They're real bad. And then he gets shot for that? Is that
he sees his boss or the man's manager gets shot down for that.
Okay.
The gangland murder of that, and that of a deaf and mute girl witness of a. I'm going to start the sentence over because I got lost. You confused me with your talk of gangland violence.
Okay.
So Danny, a saxophonist with a traveling band, witnesses the gangland murder of the band's manager, and that of a deaf and mute girl witness at a dance hall in South Armagh, which I assume is somewhere in Ireland.
She's deaf.
She's deaf and mute, and she's a witness to something.
Why was she there to see the band play? Was she their one fan?
I guess they're at a dance hall, so they either rented that out or they just showed up.
She's like she can't tell they're out of key. She just really likes the rhythm because deaf people can still feel
she's like
music.
A snake.
What?
Snakes are deaf. That's how snake is done with the motion of the pipe.
But deaf people can still enjoy like club music. In fact, that's something they actually enjoy quite a bit because they actually do get the vibrations and stuff.
Yeah, in middle school we had a deaf girl and she was the best at band.
And just all the bands? She just played?
No, like in our, we had a, not band, but a music class. And like at the beginning of the year, she's like, yeah, she's going to be the best. This is just straight up. She's going to be better than all of you.
So what happens? So Danny Boy sees two people get killed.
Mm-hmm. Danny tries to hunt down the murderers as a saxophonist.
Danny Boy, action saxophoner.
I like the idea that he's actually a literal angel who just likes to play that saxophone on the side. That or it's his gang nickname. He
just goes out. He's just hanging out outside. And like the gang members are paying him money. Like, they say it as they drop it in the, even I, hard-hearted
Irish
hitman.
You got to do an Irish accent.
I don't know how to do an Irish accent. I'm just saying they're like hitmen and they're paying him money and dropping it in his hat. And he's like, Just trying to solve the case. They keep paying me. What do I do?
So he tries to hunt down the murderers, and in doing so, his relation with Deirdre, the singer in his band, falls apart, and he becomes a murderer himself.
Wait.
This movie takes some interesting turns.
Wait. So, I understand the part where she's like, dude, you saw a murder. Like, we're in a rough band, okay? You knew stuff was sketchy. The band manager was hiring you to play outside people's buildings to get money. Okay, so he pissed off the wrong people. Like, let it go. That I understand.
Or go to the police.
Or that, right? So she just doesn't want him to deal with this. She knows he's going to get hurt. I don't understand the part where he becomes a murderer himself. I don't know.
I mean, either the obvious where he kills the murderers and then has become the thing he tried to deal with, but then his goal was murder from the beginning, or he accidentally kills Deidre when they argue.
I was assuming Deidre, and I don't get that. I don't get how he goes
I mean, this is a saxophonist whose response to seeing murder is, I'm going to get him. They're going down. This guy's
I will
clearly
become the
not
thing
on...
these criminals fear. A saxophonist.
Why saxophones, Master Bruce? Saxophones scare me, Alfred. It's time the criminals scare my fear. He's throwing like saxophones at people. His mask is like a big S.
He's got like a giant gold-plated car. He's got like valves all over it.
The Saxmobile. The Saxmobile. Sax with an A. Stop trying to have sex in my car. Oh, Danny boy. I hope his last name is Boy.
Yeah, but like with a weird spelling, like he's a French guy or something.
And then everybody keeps referencing the song.
Boix or something.
Yeah,
he's like, no, it's nothing. It's not related.
Danny Box. Your name is Boy. It's like the song. Don't even try it. It's like the thing in Joe Dirt. Okay, I think we're done with that movie.
Okay, what's next, Brantley?
Next up, we have Round Ireland with a Fridge.
Round Ireland.
With a fridge.
Like apostrophe R or like a round
apostrophe. It wasn't spelled with the apostrophe, but I've read the description.
All right. So it's not about like Ireland suddenly turning into a circle and this guy and his fridge trying
just
to solve the mystery.
It's like, why did that happen? That's weird.
So we have Mr. President, Ireland has turned around and there's only a fridge left in it. We don't know why, but we think that the rapture might have happened and they were the only Christians.
They are Catholic there. The movie tells the story of a disillusioned television personality whose career has stalled and who is looking for answers but doesn't know the questions.
Wait. So he's in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Only Irish, not British. Or not English.
Okay.
So, Jameson instead of T.
How do you get I mean, I understand you get disillusioned in any profession, but it's a real stretch to make me feel for a television producer.
Personality.
Okay,
so
great.
There's a guy on TV, and this is in Ireland who are not super well known for producing actors and like they have them, but they mostly come over to Hollywood, so he's probably just some guy who does like the news and he's getting really frustrated with that.
Okay, so he's just like he's sick of doing cable access when people
like he started when he was 20, but now he's like 40 something. He's like, this isn't going anywhere. I've done the same job for 20 years.
Okay.
I can buy that.
Okay, yeah.
All right. When his best friend taunts him for losing his sense of adventure.
Wow.
Because apparently he's a jerk.
Get a different friend.
That's his best friend too. Like, everyone else is, like, below that tier-wise.
Neener. Dave lost his sense of adventure.
Tony lost his sense of adventure.
Sorry, Tony. I wasn't listening to that part.
It hadn't come up yet.
Okay. But why? Like,
Tony
taunting is such a strong word there.
So he taunts for that, and Tony accepts a drunken 100-pound bet and sets off with his fridge as an unconventional traveling companion.
What was the bet?
Apparently this.
I bet you won't drive around Ireland with your fridge. All right, how much do you bet me?
100 pounds.
I don't know how much that is in American money. I'm not doing a single accent. But I'll take the bet. For some reason, when I get drunk, my Irish accent falls apart. This episode would be really great if Albert was able to do an Irish accent.
That is $122.36 US dollars.
100. Let's just round to $100. It's not much more than $100. $100 bet
to travel Ireland and
how bad off is he as a television producer?
I don't know. Maybe it was like an off season.
The off season of television.
I don't know. It's Ireland.
It's the third week in May. People stop watching television. I don't know what to tell you. They all just immediately decide to go outside and be like, I don't know about Legion. I don't really care about all that stuff. What's happening inside David Haller's mind? It's really just time to get out and meet my neighbors. Okay, so he's going around with his fridge.
The best part of this is coming up.
Continue.
The film recreates Tony's actual 1997 journey hitchhiking around Ireland as he reevaluated his life and career. This is based on a real story where some dude just wandered Ireland with a fridge. Was it a mini fridge, or did he have like a dolly?
Or like a box truck, maybe? Or like one of them flatbed trucks?
Maybe.
We're just like hauling the fridge around.
He's got like a generator there too, so it doesn't stop working because fridge.
Is that why he has the fridge? Is it for food?
I would assume.
I mean, just take some peanut butter and honey sandwiches, my man. It doesn't go bad.
$122.36.
But he made a book. He wrote a book about it. So, and apparently got a movie made about his life. So, you know.
Okay, so he revalued his life and career, found romance, met a wide range of bizarre characters, made many new friends because they had to be better than the one that made him this bad.
I'm really sad that the romance thing didn't come after the bizarre characters.
He found a normal chick, and then there were some weird people too. I like that he makes new friends because he realized that someone who mocks you for kind of losing your way in life and then makes you this bad is not a good friend.
The real reason he left is just to get that guy off his back. It's like, I bet you won't leave with your fridge. I bet $100. Like, I can get $100 and leave this loser behind.
And discovered that people are perfectly prepared to treat a small white domestic appliance as though it was a fully fledged person with a personality in its own right. Why is it got to be white?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
It is in Ireland, but why is it gotta be white?
Racism is a real thing.
I have a black fridge over there, and it's perfectly fine.
I don't listen. I respect your black fridge, but I do feel uncomfortable around black fridges in general.
This took a turn I didn't expect. Moving on. Are people really prepared for that? I'm not.
Oh, okay.
The dude shows up with a fridge and just like, this is my fridge. Is my currently my best friend. My last best friend was a complete dick and made this bed with me.
How bad? Go back and read that sentence again because went off into the fun racism thing.
That is a long sentence, man.
And just the part about treating the fridge as a person.
Discovered that people are perfectly prepared to treat a small white domestic appliance as though it was a fully fledged person with a personality of its own right. What is his wants and needs?
What?
Other than electricity.
What are these people that he's meeting that are like,
you think they're humoring him and he took this as real when he made his life story into a movie?
I'm Tony. This is my fridge Steve. He likes long walks on the beach and margaritas. And
his initials are GE. I think that stands for Gary Edwards. My best friend ever. Last best friend.
When I say he likes margaritas, I don't just mean he likes the drinks. I mean like Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett is his favorite song. He listens to it all the time. He has a comically oversized pair of headphones that he puts on. It's not the kind of song that you would expect a black fridge to listen to.
White fridge.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. That's stereotypically exactly the kind of song you would expect a white fridge to listen to.
It's weird.
Is that the end of the description?
No.
Oh, okay.
During the course of the film should be in quotations, the fridge is taken surfing, christened, blessed by nuns, accompanied by a bagpiper, taken to a bachelor festival, and becomes the hero of a national radio station as Tony and all those who encountered become aware of the power and philosophy of the fridge.
Just imagining it.
The philosophy of the fridge.
Is there like some inspiring magnet on the front?
It's like a cargo cult.
I'm just I really got to go back to the part where it becomes the mascot of a radio station. Like
the hero.
The hero. But there has to be a segment where they interview the fridge on the radio, right? They're like, so you've been hanging out with Tony. What's that guy like? And all of a sudden the compressor just like kicks on.
It's probably kind of like, you don't like Forrest Gump, but when he's running and people keep reporting on it, it just becomes this big thing.
Okay, all right.
So people just start keep hearing about this nut job with a fridge, and his story just grows.
Okay, here's the impressive part. This guy could not make it as a television producer
But
in
his
a
fridge is
country.
a hero.
No, in a country that's so starved for entertainment that they will watch news reports about a man driving around with his fridge.
Listen to.
Yes,
Clearly, he had a face for radio.
I guess so. Yeah,
He should have just gone and become a DJ. He would have been fine. He didn't need to hang out with the fridge, go insane, and start a cult about it
I guess
with
so.
nuns.
This sounds a little bit staged.
It probably is.
I mean, he was in TV. He probably got to with all his TV friends and be like, "All right, so we're gonna do this bet, and I'm gonna act."
I mean,
like this
probably someone made the bet that
Barb,
he couldn't.
you're
do
gonna
this.
report on it, and I'm gonna call some of my friends on radio, and they're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna get these nuns on board. And it'll just be a extravaganza. I'll get a book deal. I'll be out of here. I'll get away from my stupid friend who berates me for not being adventurous enough.
Gary, looking at you. By the way, really need you to show up with the camera at one point. You jerk.
Is that it?
That's it for that movie.
Is there any more for this St. Patty's Day
We have
extravaganza?
One more movie.
Okay, hit me with one more.
Secret of the Cave. Which is a fairly bland title, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Sounds like a Nancy Drew. I'm almost
Like
positive
Hardy
either
Boys.
Hardy Boys or Nancy Drew
The Boxcar
literally
Kids.
had this title in one of their books.
Probably.
So I'm going to assume this going forward, assuming this is a Nancy Drew story.
The film follows a young American boy named Roy Wallace,
Where's the Irish connection here?
who spends his summer in a tiny fishing village on the coast of Western Ireland.
Oh, okay. I went to Google Secret of the Cave, and I accidentally Googled Secret of the Car, which sounds like a much better movie.
Yeah.
Also, Google autocompletes Secret of the Cardboard Rocket and Secret of the Caramilk, both of which are more interesting than Secret of the Cave.
The second one just
titles.
because so many questions.
I don't know what its Caramilk is. I don't know what its secret.
Do I want to know what its secrets is? Sounds foreboding. Or like caramel
The secret
milk.
is it's not wearing any underwear.
Caramel milk sounds amazing.
It does. I'm actually looking at the Secret of the Cardboard Rocket.
We've gone off the rails. No.
Embark on an outstanding adventure as two children spend the night touring all the planets in our solar system alongside their ship's navigator, a rather plucky astronomy book. This doesn't sound right at all. I bet this is a school thing. Get them to play Kerbal Space Program. It'll be more educational. Go on with your movie.
After a short while, unexplained events and deeds, interesting word choice, begin to occur and rumors of ghosts sweep the village. Very Scooby-Doo. Also, this is very Hardy Boys.
Also, very, very vague. Like, could you... Just some weird stuff starts happening. People start talking about... Like, could you not say, like, someone's fridge got stolen and then was spotted, like, driving...
This is the weirdest movie series ever. It's like the cinematic universe, but they had the launching point as the main film, then just a bunch of spin-offs, like everybody responding.
The fridge from that previous movie. I didn't even think about... We should have talked about the Stephen King story, The Fridge, where it's actually a killer. But... Missed that opportunity, but it's super vague. Like, I need more detail. Give me more detail, Brantley.
All these things are pointing to something mysterious that is going on in a nearby cave. Still vague.
Yeah, what? What is going on?
Roy sets out to disprove the rumor and decides to explore the cave with his new teenage local friend, Oscar.
I'm just going to assume that... Wait, do we know how old Roy is?
Oh, friend, sorry. Roy is a young American boy.
Oh, okay.
And he's hanging out with Oscar and Abby.
Which rumor is he trying to disprove? The ghost one?
The ghost, probably, because presumably weird things are happening, but it's like, guys, it's just ghosts aren't real.
It's just that fridge that lives in the cave.
You crazy, unknowing locals that don't know anything as much as us Americans know things.
That's a good point, yeah.
Roy faces his fears and discovers the secret of the cave. End of paragraph.
That's terrible.
That is a horrible description.
That sounds like the blandest, bland movie.
You could take the names away and just stick this on the back of a Goosebumps book.
Oh, no. Goosebumps would be way more interesting than this.
Okay, like the review of one.
Maybe. I mean, I still remember, like, I mean, they, like, had a whole Monster Blood series. They had a series called Monster Blood, where the Monster Blood...
There were, like, what, 3, 4 of those?
At least 2. I remember picking up Monster Blood, too.
I think there was 3. I know there was a choose-your-own-adventure book that had the Monster Blood, where you could eat it and you would have that happen to you.
I never read the Goosebumps ones. I remember, like, all kinds of cool stuff from Goosebumps. This is Goosebumps wannabe. Like, not Goosebumps.
So the reboot of Goosebumps.
Fear Street? Actually, no, I can't knock Fear Street. I should read Goosebumps now.
You should read Tales to Give You Goosebumps.
Maybe.
It's R.L. Stine doing a quote-unquote slightly more mature version of Goosebumps.
My parents never let me read Goosebumps.
Was it because of the spooky covers?
I've gone way in the other direction with my kids, and I describe, like, the needle-nosed monster that lives... needle-tooth monster that lives in the walls and, you know, only comes out when their eyes are closed. Because I feel like they need that in their lives. So... that's my parenting method. Thanks for listening, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Tell your kids about the monsters that live in the walls. We'll see you guys next week.
You're raising serial killers.
No, because they'll be too scared.